Hello, my name is Evan Latana, Director of Westchester County Office for People with Disabilities. Welcome to our Facebook Live ParaTransit mobile app presentation on how to use our new ParaTransit mobile app and online reservation system. First, I would like to introduce Paul Chenard from the Department of Transportation.
Thank you, Evan. And I'd like to thank everyone for joining us on this Facebook Live to hear more about our new ParaTransit smartphone app. So with the addition of the new ParaTransit smartphone app, you can now book your trips 3 different ways. 1, you can book your trip using the phone reservation. 2, you can book it online through our new online reservation portal. And 3, you can book it using the ParaTransit smartphone app, which we'll see a demonstration of later in this presentation. So for those who wish to still book their trips over the phone, simply call the 914 number you see on the screen and select option 1, and you'll be transferred to a live agent. You can book your trips 5 days a week from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And for those who seek information the day of the trip, simply call that same number, but this time select option 2. So for those who wish to use a new online portal, simply go to the website you see on your screen. You will need a username and password to access the new reservation portal. Once in the portal, you can make a trip, cancels a trip, and see trip details. If you do not have a username and password, we can set one up for you simply by emailing parahelp@westchestergov.com. And then we will send you a link where you can set up your username and password. So for those who need a same-day trip or are seeking information the day of the trip, you can simply call the 914 number you see on the screen, but this time dial option 2, and you will be transferred to somebody there where you can find out more information on your trip. You can also log on to the online portal and view your trip details there. Once you're in the online portal, you will see your trip come up on the screen when you are next in queue, and you will be able to see the vehicles approach. You can also access the new ParaTransit app on your smartphone and see such details there as well, such as next, when you will be picked up, and if your time has changed for pickup, you'll be notified through the app. So you're probably wondering what has changed and what has stayed the same now that we implemented these 3 new ParaTransit reservation options. So one thing that has changed is now you'll be on a 30-minute window. You will no longer be able to select a pickup time and a drop-off time for the same trip. But what is staying the same is you will still get an automatic phone call the night before about your upcoming trip. And now I'm going to pass it off to Tim Fields, who's going to talk about our ParaTransit app in depth. Tim?
Thank you, Paul. My name is Tim Fields. I'm with Beeline ParaTransit. I'm going to be demonstrating the new Westchester County Beeline ParaTransit app. You can acquire the app by downloading it from either the Play Store, the Google Play Store, or the Apple Store. Once you open the Play Store, type in Beeline ParaTransit. You'll see our icon. It has a little Westchester County Beeline logo on it. Click on the app, download the app. As Paul said, you're going to need a password to access the app and the online portal. You can get your password by calling the ParaTransit reservation line. We will email you a password link. You can go follow that link to create your password. Once you have the password, you can then access both the portal and the Beeline app, ParaTransit app. To log in, the login name is your username. That username was given to you when you first applied for the service. The password is what you created. It must be alphanumeric. You can use special characters if you choose to do so, but you must have at least 1 letter and 1 number, and 1 letter has to be capitalized. Once you log in, you have 6 options. You can look at your upcoming trips, you can look at your past trips, and you can look at trips that you've canceled either in the present or future or past. You can go to book trip bookings, so you can create new trips, and you can view your account. When you're viewing your account, you can change your password, and you can also change your mobility aid. If you no longer need a cane, but you now need a wheelchair, you can select wheelchair. A check mark will come by your new mobility aid selection. Once you've selected it, click apply. It would confirm that your selection has been accepted, and click OK. Booking a trip. To book a new trip, click Book Trip. You're first going to have to select your pickup location. For example, if you type 100, possibilities of addresses with 100 will pop up. The more you type, the more will filter out, and the closer you get to your destination on what you're looking for. So I'm going to take 100 Main Street in Irvington. Then I'm going to start selecting a drop-off address. As I type, addresses 125 is going to start popping up. If I see my address in this list, I can select it or I can continue to type. I'm going to select Pelham. The next step is very important because it's going to determine how you want to arrive or leave your destination. If you have to be at a specific location, a doctor's appointment, or you're going to go visit a friend, you want to do a arrive by. I need to be at my doctor's by 9 o'clock. I can't be there no later. I'm going to select arrive by. I'm going to select the date. And then I need to be at my doctor's by 12 noon. Depending on what device you have, either Apple or Android, this function may look different. Apple uses a scroll as opposed to Android uses an actual dial. I want to arrive at 125th Avenue in Pelham on December 15th at 12 p.m. Once that's correct, I'm going to select Next. I'm going to look at my itinerary. I'm going to make sure everything I requested is what is going to be booked. If any changes, I need to make the changes now. If I need to add an additional rider, I'm going to make that now. So if I want to have a companion to come with me, I'm going to select it at this time. I'm going to update the changes. That's going to add an additional cost, and it's going to add an additional person to my ride. Once I'm done, I select Book a Trip. I want it to be at my destination by 12 p.m. on December 15th. So it's going to back off and drop me off at least by 11:55. I'm now going to have a 30-minute window that's going to pick me up between 10:48 and 11:18. The 30-minute window, I have to be ready to go anytime within that window because when the vehicle arrives at 11 o'clock, it's only going to wait 5 minutes before it goes on to its next pickup. So that is the 30-minute window that everyone's talking about that you're going to have on your pickup. So I'm going to also select my return trip. It took my trip and reversed it. Now I want to be picked up from 125th Avenue in Pelham to go back to Irvington. It's going to leave the same information as leave. This time it's going to switch to leave by because I want to leave my destination at a specific time. The date remains the same, and I'm going to select a time I want to leave. So I'm going to say I want to leave at 2:30 p.m. So I'm on December 15th, I want to leave my destination in Pelham to go back to Irvington at 2:30 p.m. I'm going to select Next. It's going to show me my itinerary. And the same features, if I want to change and no longer have that companion, I can remove that companion and update the change. And I'm going to book the trip. So now it's showing me that I'm going to leave by 2:45 p.m. on December 15th, and my trip is booked. It's going to give me another window, 2:30 p.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. I have to be ready anytime between that 2:30 and 3 o'clock. Otherwise, if the van shows up at 2:35, it's going to leave at 2:40 if I'm not there to board the vehicle. And okay. As you can see, all of my trips, my going trip, and my future return at the bottom. On the date of the trip, I'm going to receive both a phone call and a text when the vehicle is at least 10 minutes away. At that point in time, I will be able to click on the map and actually view, if I'm the next pickup, able to view when the vehicle is approaching until I know when to go outside. If for whatever reason, I need to cancel this trip, I can do that by just clicking on the trip, scrolling to the bottom, and canceling the trip. It's going to ask me, do I want to confirm the cancellation? I'm going to confirm my cancellation. It's going to go to my cancellation page, highlight the trip I just canceled, So that day, I would only have one trip. That would be the return.
This is the end of our presentation. I would like to thank everybody who has been watching this presentation. I would like to thank Paul, Tim, and Libna for their input during this time. If anyone has any further questions, please contact us at the following numbers. My number is 914-995-2958. Tim Field's number is 914-995-2874, or email us at parahelp@westchestergov.com. Thank you so much for being here. And again, we are here to assist and help in your paratransit needs. Thank you and take care.